I adore how Reacher Season 3 has immediately addressed one of the main issues with the second series. The mystery has been reinstated. Over the years, I've read a lot of interviews with author Lee Child about how he creates the standard Jack Reacher books, and he follows a formula that contributes significantly to their addictive nature. In particular, the author constantly teases readers with unsolved questions, which encourages them to continue on. A new mystery is revealed as soon as the previous one is resolved. Child's Killing Floor, the first book and the model for all subsequent books, was adapted for Reacher Season 1. In addition to having fantastic characters and lots of action, the first season's central mystery kept viewers interested. The fact that Child's books and their adaptations combine a typical murder mystery with a muscular hero straight out of the 1980s is one aspect of them that I have always admired. Although Reacher Season 3 is now enjoying a high rating and favorable reviews, it follows the somewhat disappointing second season. Reacher Season 2 focused on bad luck and trouble, the 11th book and the one that provided a more detailed explanation of the backstory of the titular drifter. On paper, this was a wise decision for Season 2, as it gave viewers a deeper look at Reacher through his friendship with his former unit. Although the second season had many departures from the original material and choppy fight scenes, I did not particularly enjoy it because the main mystery was so flat. Season 2 only pitted Reacher's 110th Special Investigators against an organization attempting to sell an untested missile, whereas the previous season drew viewers into the homicidal conspiracy at the center of Margrave. Although there were a few minor story points, such as the potential that a former special investigator was working with the villains, Year 2 doesn't really have any mysteries. After identifying the villains, Reacher and his group defeat them. The main character in Alan Ritchson's Persuader goes undercover with a gunrunner in the new season of Reacher. Although that arrangement seems straightforward, my personal favorite Reacher book is Persuader. In this gripping thriller, Reacher searches for a kidnapped DEA agent and a man who killed and tortured a friend of his years ago, barely maintaining his cover from one chapter to the next. Although it's not a particularly deep plot, Reacher's most recent series is frequently unanticipated and builds suspense and mystery. This relates to the fact that Reacher is constantly confronted with a fresh danger or surprising story development, which is what makes the books so addictive. Angel Dole, Manuel Rodriguez Sainz, for instance, first appears to be just another dim-witted criminal that Reacher must contend with, but he quickly exposes flaws in Jack's undercover narrative. Reacher handles Angel in a straightforward way as usual, but this is only one instance of how Season 3 keeps things interesting. Teresa, the missing DEA spy, is still alive, according to Episode 6, Smoke on the Water. It remains to be seen if she remains so until the conclusion. Although the third season of Reacher isn't as captivating as the first season, it more than makes up for the franchise's second-year lull. Every season of Reacher will inevitably conclude with a firefight and explosives, much like any other great action film. There was a lot of both in the second season finale, but the pyrotechnics felt flimsy considering how weak the plot was. With the exception of Reacher clinging to a gurney that was hanging from a helicopter, the Season 2 finale felt quite typical because there was no tension or sense that the special investigators could lose. The old friends' emotional reconciliation pleased me, but the conclusion was mediocre. As the third season draws to a close, the show must have a satisfying conclusion. The true clash will be between our hero and his mortal nemesis Quinn, Brian T., but I'm excited to watch the much-anticipated battle between Reacher and Paulie, Olivier Richter's. Beck's Anthony Michael Hall mansion is transformed into a battlefield in the gory end of Reacher Season 3, if the plot is true to the novel. I have no doubt that the program will succeed despite its flaws. As long as the Reacher/Paulie fight lives up to the expectation, everything will be alright. The third season has been a lot of fun. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more videos.